Good morning. Happy World Ocean Week, everybody. Enjoy the views of Van Dam State Park. I'm going to show you all a 360 view of Van Dam State Beach. But before I start, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Esme Placencia. I'm a state park interpreter here on the Mendocino Coast District. And what if you don't know what an interpreter is? An interpreter is a storyteller, an outdoor educator, and a naturalist all in one. And so I'm excited to be here with you all today at Van Dam State Park. And I'll go ahead now and just show you a 360 view for a couple minutes until more people start joining in. It is a very beautiful day here at Van Dam. There are many people out here enjoying the sun. It looks like there's a group of people ready to go kayaking over there, people walking, people exercising. And here's the trail to get down to the beach. So it's very beautiful out here. I'm gonna do another 360 view. We have the forest, so welcome everybody. Happy World Ocean Week. All right. Thank you for joining me today here at Van Dam State Beach. I'm going to read a story book about over and under the waves for World Ocean Week. But before I get started, I wanted to talk about why Van Dam State Beach is so special. And that Van Dam State Beach is located on the Mendocino coast. And if you haven't been to the Mendocino coast before, I want to share my screen really quick to show you where on the map of California you're we're at today. So here I'm going to show you Google Earth, and Van Dam State Beach is on the northern coast of California. This is a very popular spot to stop at while traveling along Highway 1. And there's also a campground. So this is Van Dam State Marine Conservation Area. And where I'm currently standing right now is over here on this side of the beach. And the trail that you all just saw was this one right here. See this long trail? That's the trail you walk to get to the beach. And then the other entry point to Van Dam State Beach is through the main Van Dam State Beach parking lot. So this is a very popular spot to go kayaking, swimming, paddleboarding, and just laying in the sun, sunbathing. So there's a lot to do out here. And It's a very popular place to go kayaking, and there's secret caves. Like I think there's one right over there, right here. There's a cave as you go further in. So it's really magical to be out here, um, especially during the summer when the days are really nice and sunny. And now I'm gonna start with this book called Over and Under the Waves by Kate Messner with art by Christopher Silas Neal. So here's the book. And if you have any questions about this book or about the park or Van Dam, keep them in your head and then write them in the chat at the end because I'll leave some minutes at the end to ask any questions. So I'm going to start over and under the waves, over and under the waves, over and under the waves. We paddle away from the beach to the water's deep blue. Sea lions bark from the rocks. One slips into the water. Whoosh, flip, sploosh. She dives beneath our boats and disappears into the deep. Where did she go? I asked. Out to the bay, Mom says. Under the waves is a whole hidden forest full of silver fish and squid, bat stars and sea anemones. We're paddling over them now. Now I have a challenge for you all. I'm gonna pause for a uh, quick second. Whenever you hear waves, you can make this hand signal like waves whenever you hear waves. Over the waves, we slice through the current, matching our paddle strokes to push through the wind. Under the waves, kelp bass hunt, working together to surround smaller fish. Look at all the fish under the waves. Over the waves, pelicans soar. We try to keep up with Dad. Under the waves, anchovies play follow the leader in a shimmering silver school. Over the waves, we paddle, riding the swells in the cool sea salt air. Soon, we're floating in a forest to help that winds and tangles around our boats. I grab onto a strand and hold tight to keep from drifting away. Sea otters do that too, Mom says. Over the waves, a mama otter and her pup cuddle together, all wrapped up in strands of slippery brown green. Under the waves, another sea otter follows the kelp strands, searching for red abalone and sea urchins. I take a break from paddling and lean back and look up where shorebirds swoop and soar. They hang in the sky until just the right moment to strike. You can see the seagull there soaring. They like to dive under the waves. Under the waves, leopard sharks prowl the seafloor while a wolf eel lurks in a crevice. waiting for prey to pass by. Look, Dad points, and way in the distance, sprays of mist fountain up from the waves. Humpback whales have surfaced to breathe. We paddle out for a closer look. They're paddling, getting closer. The bay has gone quiet. We wait, rising and falling on the swells. Under the waves, pale moon jellies float and sea nettles drift, swinging with the slow current. We should head back, Mom says. But then, dun dun dun, whoosh! Look at that humpback whale diving, jumping out of the water. Our humpback whales lunge to the surface, mouths open to feast on sardines. They crash back down with a splash and a surge. Wow! Our boats rock as the waves dive once more. A slow, smooth arc, a swoosh of their tails, and then they're gone under the waves. You could see those humpback whales are diving down under the waves. Over the waves, the wind grows brisk. I shiver and zip my jacket as we turn and head for home. Now you blend in with the boat. Mom laughs. Down below, a giant octopus swims over the sand. What do you notice about the color of the kayaker, the boat, and the octopus? They're the same color. And then it changes color to match the rocks and disappears. A camouflage magic trick under the waves. Over the waves. We paddle toward the shore. The tide's coming in now and helps us along. We steer between the pilings of the wharf. Below striped sea perch circle. Barnacles pull in their feathery feet, while tree fish and prawns tuck away in the rocks. We ride a big wave right onto the beach as the sun melts into the sea. Sea stars cling to the rocks in the tide, pools, and anemones glisten in the last light of day. While Mom pulls up our boat, I search for shells at the shoreline and spell out my name in the sand. There you could see she Jen is writing her name in the sand. At the edge of the waves, a decorator crab collects bits of seaweed and sponge. His shell is in his canvas and home. With wave wobbly legs and paddle sore arms, we climb the stairs toward home. It's time for Nana's spaghetti and meatballs, then chocolate chip cookies and bed. I can still hear the sea behind me, a shushing ocean lullaby as the moon rises over the waves. They rock the dreaming sea perch in their drifting forest of kelp, the luminous jellyfish, and deep diving whales, the delicate anemones, and vanishing octopus. Tonight, stars of the sky meet stars of the sea in the secret world under the waves. And that's the end of Over and Under the Waves. Thank you for listening. And I want to highlight three of the creatures that were mentioned in the book. And I want to talk a little bit about them. And then I'll answer any questions that you may have at the end. So I'm going to share three highlights. Our first highlight is going to be the giant Pacific octopus. And I have my octopus puppet right here. And the giant Pacific octopus can grow to be 15 feet from tentacle to tentacle. It has 8 arms with more than 2,000 suction cups. The giant octopus hunts at night for crabs, snails, clam, and fish. It can change color to blend in with its environment. So, like we saw in the book, the octopus blends in with its environment to camouflage so it can protect itself from any predators and hunt and hide from any prey that it wants to eat. So that's something really cool about octopus that I wanted to show you, the octopus. Oh, and I see there's people out there kayaking. So people are getting ready to kayak. And then I wanted to highlight the second animal that we have here in our marine protected area at Van Dam is, let's see, what is it gonna be? The red abalone. And the red abalone is one of the sea otter's favorite foods. Abalone clings to rocks, and I have a shell right here to show you. And they wait for a strand of kelp to drift close enough to eat. Then they clamp down on with their foot and eat with their radula, a tongue with lots of tiny teeth. So this is just the shell, and their body is on inside of that shell, and they crawl around like this, and they cling onto rocks. So abalone is a really important species that we have here in our marine protected area at Van Dam, and there are so many here to find if you go tide pooling. And tide pooling is a really popular activity to do out here at our park too, and recreate. And I'm gonna stop sharing to share one more animal, or the second to last animal, because I have one more I want to show you, is the bat star. Here's my bat star. And they're scavengers that eat a wide variety of plants and animals, both dead and alive. They have sensors on their arms. On each of their arms, they have an eye spot to detect prey. And when a bat star finds another animal to eat, it extends its stomach over the prey, secretes digestive juices onto it to dissolve it, and then slurps it up. So I want to show you how a sea star eats. Is it takes its stomach out of its body like that, and then it liquefies any their prey, their any shellfish or poop, detritus, they eat dead stuff. So then after they eat that, they bring it back into their stomach, they're into their body, their stomach back into their body. So that's how sea stars eat. And we have bat stars here on our marine protected area at the tide pools. And if you ever go out here, it is really fun to try to look for them because they're kind of hard to find because there's not a lot of them. And the last animal that I want to show you all that was mentioned in the book is sea otters. We don't have sea otters here, but we do have river otters that are very important. Sea otters used to live here, but then they were hunted to extinction on our coast. So now there's efforts to bring them back, but that is something that is gonna be part of maybe the foreseeable future. But for now, when we visit Van Dam, we could enjoy the view of the river otters here. And I've seen some baby otters. We might see some here this summer, since spring is a time for these creatures to have their babies. So if you visit Van Dam State Beach, you could see a baby river otter. And lastly, I want to show you all a picture of why our marine protected areas are so important. This marine protected area here at Van Dam is a very important area, and you can all make a difference to keep our marine protected areas healthy by making sure you're following all the rules and regulations about what can be taken or not taken, because every marine protected area is different. So before you visit Van Dam State Beach or any California marine protected area, making sure you look at the rules and regulations, because if we don't follow them, then our oceans can look like the left side of the picture right here. If we don't follow the rules and people overfish and overharvest, then our ocean ecosystem is going to become unbalanced. So you can all make a difference to keep our marine protected areas healthy by following the rules and regulations when you visit, so that we can have thriving ecosystems like our marine protected area on the right, the picture on the right. So now I want to share one last picture of a bird's eye view of Van Dam State Marine Conservation Area. So you can see it from that side, that view. And then I'm going to show you a 360 view of Van Dam State Beach. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And now I want to show you the view, one last view. Since we're here and you can see the waves, all the logs washed up on the beach, and it's starting to be low tide. So you can see over there on the opposite side of us, that is the area where you would want to go tide pooling and look for tide pool creatures. So thank you all for joining me here today. Happy World Ocean Week. It is so beautiful out here and sunny. There's a lot of people out here recreating, having fun. And if you want to visit Van Dam State Beach, this beach is always open for visitors. And I'm gonna zoom in over here on the kayakers. It looks like they're going where the secret cave is. They probably just got out of there. So very amazing. Paddling out. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Happy World Ocean Week, and tomorrow is World Ocean Day. So happy World Ocean Day as well, and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye, everybody.